Ladies and gentlemen, Sauber are back in Formula 1, yes. Here on the F126 with probably a classic. Obviously I've used the Audi Chassis for this, by the way. Now, there are some things that I potentially didn't really want. I mean, obviously the Audi paint job is pretty basic. There's no real lines or anything like that, so I've gone for a half white half black livery, and yeah, it could be a little bit bland, but I have kept the sort of glossy effect that for some reason the Codemasters have built for the Audi Chassis. It's the wrong paint for the actual car, but I think for this it could work. Now, there are some asterisks. The Sauber logo is in red. I wanted that in white originally, but there's one on the halo that would be white otherwise, and that needs to be red. So I've kept the number red as well. I was going to go with a black number, but those are the only two little bits of asterisk things that I've not been able to do as I wanted to do. Other than that, with what I have for this chassis, this is what I wanted it to be like. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. Obviously, it's not going to be the state livery because that was dreadful. And I haven't done the Petronas livery because that would probably be a bit more difficult with the Audi Chassis. But let me know if you want me to attempt that in the future, and I'll add it to the list later down the line. The black and white livery of Sauber is iconic though for the early 2010s, and also this was their original livery back in the early 1990s. Nevertheless, let's head to where Sauber won their one and only Grand Prix as BMW Sauber back in 2008 at Montreal.
Stroll, Latifi, both Gilles and Jacques, the four Canadian point scorers here.
The less said about Stroll and Latifi, the better, of course, but obviously Jacques and Gilles Villeneuve, of course, are legends when it comes to Canadian drivers. But nevertheless, we're here at the circuit Gilles Villeneuve, and race strategy is a bit interesting. Yeah, I think medium hard or hard medium. You know me, I always prefer the softer compound tyre towards the end of the race, and if everybody had started on the hards, then I'd have started on the mediums, but there's a smattering of few people, so I think maybe overcutting might be the play here. We'll have to wait and see how that works out. Starting on the hard tyres, 5 red lights in for the Canadian Grand Prix here at Montreal on Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, and away we go. And because I'm on the hard tyres, it's an awful start. Stroll's right in front of me. I mean, he needs to be in last place for us, and of course pre-upgrade as well as a bit of tar banging with Bottas there through turn 1. We get a warning from the FIA. So around the outside of one of the Gucci Alpines, but there's Colapinto. He's going to cut in front. I've cut the grass there. Can I get in front of Colapinto? Down the inside this corner, lovely little move there, up to P16, make that P15 as I die down the inside of Esteban Ocon. There's a slow moving, I think that's a slow moving Haas, not Cadillac, up the road there, but yeah, I think that's a good manoeuvre. Definitely a good manoeuvre on Hulkenberg. Bortoletto's could come and followed me through. Thank you very much. It's a dive bomb there on L1. They've broken way too early for the hairpin as well. It seems that they're still struggling a little bit with the AI at that corner in terms of braking and slow speed corners, really. But at the front then, Antonelli's already flying away then from Leclerc there, I believe is in P2, round the outside. Lawson here, no, Lawson will cut in front, overtake now available. Bortoletto has sadly dropped behind, and I get Lawson down the inside here because we're going to lose overtake otherwise. I need to get in front as we're going to lose it to the train in front otherwise. I'm unable to get the move here at turn 1 in front of Lawson, of course, in that red and white Racing Bulls livery from Japan event. So but yes, Leclerc and Antonelli seems to have cleared third place, and Max Verstappen as well is sort of creating a little bit of a train there. But there's also a little bit of train because, of course, Sainz and Lindblad are having an absolute ding-dong battle as well. Science shouldn't really be this high up considering Williams' real life pace, but the game, yeah, we need a sports update at some point. But having a go at Gasly now, can't quite do it here. It follows the same. I'm going to use a bit of boost to get that manoeuvre done in this time into that corner. Usually it's a lot easier in previous F1 games to make the move into this corner, having the better run out of turn 2, you know, but not really having been able to do that, sadly, so much on this game as there. I did not know what was going to happen there. Gasly was coming at me as well. I thought he was going to smash into the back of Lindblad there. He didn't, as well as Lindblad and Behrman are still going side by side. Can I get in front of one of these two? Or both of them, preferably, obviously, but yes, no, there's a roadblock and I'm not able to get past, and this time, next lap, Behrman has sort of fallen behind and able to use the overtake, but I'm going to run out of overtake to Lindblad and Sainz. But fortunately for me, those two are going to keep on squabbling, so I'm going to catch back up to them. So go back to Max Verstappen, who's lost a few places, and that's a Spinala. And unlike in Hungary, where there was space for him to recover, Max has gone into the wall. He is out. A rare mistake there for Max Verstappen as well. So the safety cars come out. This is a bit interesting. There's some soft tyres going on. I don't know why soft tyres are being involved. They're definitely not going to make it to the end of the race. I'm going to try to take mediums to the end of the race. It's going to be tough, but I think I can make this work. As well, it is going to be a bit difficult, and there will be high tyre wear compared to those that are hanging it out. Like I think there's a couple of people hanging it out, like there's a Williams, a Haas, there's a couple of Gucci Alpines that are sort of hanging it out on I don't know what's going on here as well. Seems to be a bit of ghosting going on here. Yeah, what Norris should not be at my inside there. But yes, there's a few people on worn hard tyres compared to my fresh medium, so I'm going to try and get that manoeuvre as well. First up is getting past Arvid Lindblad as well. Next up will be Oscar Piastri. McLaren have actually had a stinker in the pit stops as Norris has now come out behind me. They double stacked in the pit stops, so you know, I just need to get in front of these two. It's a textbook manoeuvre. Going to dive down the inside of Piastri here. Textbook manoeuvre, what we did earlier. He does hang it out there on the outside, but I'm able to get the traction of the medium tyres. I've got to use these mediums while they're still good, and then hope I don't have too much tyre wear down the inside of Colapinto. Can't be hanging around up to P12. This is a good manoeuvre. What used to be the third DRS zone, of course, is now whatever straight mode zone. Dive bomb on Bottas at the hairpin. Yes, cannot be stuck behind that Cadillac. Those Cadillacs, they are tubs of lard. If you get stuck behind them, it's curtains. As well, Albon knows decided to put up a fight. Can I use a bit of overtake? Yes, I can. Up to P10. This is a good manoeuvre. There's Hadjar. He's one of the early stoppers. I've got past Ocon. Here's a replay of this manoeuvre. So Hadjar had the inside there. Ocon tried to hang around the outside. Obviously that paved the way for me to make the manoeuvre. He had a poor start, and then Albon, who was behind me, then says thank you very much and I'll come through too. Yes, I'm going to also have a go then at the hairpin on Hadjar. I presume Hadjar is stopping again on these soft tyres. Russell has stopped, and I believe also Antonelli, who stood out in front, has also stopped because he was so far out in front. So those are the two which I'm trying to get past, but obviously Hadjar came past. He then overtook Behrman. I tried to get past Behrman, but unable to get, went really wide there. So I'm going to have to focus here to get in front of my compatriot, and it's going to be the hairpin dive bomb really. Little bit squeezed on room there, but up to P8 as well. I was watching George Russell is starting to struggle against. He's still against the soft runners, and the two Ferraris are also on soft tyres, and then he's going to try to go defensive on Leclerc, and then end up losing position to Hadjar as well. Not that it's actually going to matter for Russell, because just like in real life, his engine has decided to give up because it's had enough of him as well. Now, as people start on those soft tyres, start to make their pit stops, the two McLarens are sort of merged together, and they're having a bit of a ding-dong, which is actually costing them time as well. So Antonelli leads from myself, and then as Hulkenberg, and then it's 2 McLarens. And look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Fernando Alonso is in P5. Surely that car's going to have a nosebleed being that high up. Especially being it's the stinker Aston from the early part of the season. Sainz is going to get past him. I've been caught by Lando Norris with 5 laps to go. Then he's unable to get past at that particular point. You can either go at the end of the straight, but again, keeping the racing line, the AI will have to brake earlier into there, unless of course they already go apart. Look at the rear left, excuse me, 30% already. I'm slightly out of battery as well. There's a bit of tyre banging going into turn 1. There's Hamilton now 3 seconds behind. The Ferraris are definitely coming. Hamilton's got in front of Sainz. Sainz is coming there. Leclerc is also there. Hadjar is also in the background. All of them have dispatched Alonso, with Gasly running out the top 10. Yes, that is Norris. He's gone on the inside. I'm able to cut across here as well and get that position. And look at Sainz. You know, this is he can do me a favour by getting back in front of Hamilton. I believe Sainz actually stopped the same time I did and went on to the medium tyres too. So the only other person that's sort of on this strategy, everybody else is like on either gone medium hard or hard medium, or stopped later, or got obviously like the McLarens who now gone onto the hard tyres. That's why Hamilton's got that extra grip though from being 2 compounds softer, and he's able to get in front of Oscar Piastri. Now I'm weaving about to try and break the slipstream to Lando Norris. I want to keep to the left hand side though. Don't want to give Norris the racing line into the braking zone. And there's Hamilton. So Hamilton is all of a sudden, look at that straight line speed. So obviously what happened here, Norris gets boxed in. A little bit dodgy with the change of direction, but Hamilton is of course on the inside. He has to brake earlier to make the corner, but Hamilton's got that good Ferrari engine, potentially unlock the illegal Ferrari engine from 2019. Racing line taken there though, and Hamilton once again has to brake earlier. And what's going to help me out is that Lando Norris has decided, you're not making the manoeuvre, I'm going to get back in front of you. So exactly what Lando does as well. It's not going to last. This is the very last lap, and that is Hamilton getting the traction out of the hairpin. Now does Hamilton have enough to get in front of me though? I'm out of batteries, coach across the line, and I think that's a photo finish. Did I get P2 or P3? P2, ladies and gentlemen, which is a very good result considering the fact I started last to P2. Helped a little bit out by the safety car and by the fact that the AI decided to stop. I don't think it would have been up there, but would probably been like P9, P10 really, realistically. But yeah, I'll definitely take that. It's definitely a good result. Half a minute behind Antonelli. Sadly for Bortoletto, he too stopped in the end, so he wasn't able to get that position. No real losers apart from the likes of Lindblad and Behrman really lost positions there. Major positions. Lawson as well lost major positions there. The 2-stop not really working in the end. So yes, that's where I'm going to leave it today's video. There'll be a slight break between now and the next fancy livery videos. I do need to do a poll for you guys as well, so you have plenty of time to vote for the next video. So look out for that. Probably later in the week I will do that on the community tab on my channel. All that is left for me to say is a huge thank you for you spending your time watching me race a Sauber around Montreal. I really do appreciate it. Until the next video then, I'll see you next time. Take care, thanks for watching, enjoy your day, and goodbye.